Hello, beautiful people. So I decided to come and make hopefully a quick video on, I guess, my home purchasing journey here. NACA update, which is the program I'm going through. If you want to know a little bit more, you can watch my previous video or whatever, or check out the website NACA, NACA. But yes, so let me tell y'all something. Oh, there you go. Well, as I stated before in my previous video about NACA, there's 10 steps to home ownership, and this girl is at step 7, boo. Yes. And step 7, yeah. Hold on, I'm like looking at the steps here. So the next step is just like the on writer part, like, you know, once everything is like squared away, it's pretty much finalizing everything. So I'm kind of like finally at the part where I really don't have anything to do on my part until it gets down to the closing. And that is a big relief because I was kind of a little all over the place emotionally. I was like stressed out because I was like just running around with trying to, you know, get this done and get that done, and just, yes, I must say the home buying process can be very stressful. Then again, I'm a person who stress easy, so it could just be me. Don't know. But overall, the NACA program hasn't been really bad, being that like I said, I started the program back in April. I don't want to say I started the program. I went to the workshop, initial workshop, back in April the 22nd to be exact, or whatever. And I think I got qualified, NACA qualified, maybe 4 months later. And then that's when I started my home buying process, in my opinion, where I went to search for homes and stuff like that and knew that I can actually purchase one. So overall, April, yeah, 6 months. Yes, I had to count the months on my hands. Don't judge me. But yeah, so pretty much this month is almost over. So it's been 6 months into the process. Then, which leads me into the next thing I'm about to say, which is my opinion on NACA. I think I stated this before. If it's something where you're looking at getting into a home like soon, like less than 6 months, I wouldn't recommend NACA for you. Because, yeah, can it happen that fast? I don't know. I really don't know, because I take my situation. Like, I didn't have any issues with bills being paid late. I didn't have any issues with my credit. Two of the main reasons I went through the program is, one, because of my debt to income ratio. Everybody else going through other banks and stuff like that, or other programs, they wasn't filling my debt to income ratio with my dang on student loans. So they, you know, was giving me a hard time. And also the reason why I chose NACA is because there's no down payment, no closing costs, no fees, and you can buy down your interest rate or whatever, so lower interest rate. So why not? So that's the reason why I went that route, which for me is worth it or whatever, because I'm not trying to get in the house. Like, I wasn't trying to be in the house ASAP, because I have a few months prior to me actually going to the workshop and trying the program, I had just renewed my lease in my apartment. Wasn't really trying to break that. Actually, my lease doesn't end until December of this year. So as of now, my closing date is set for October, the end of October. So I'm like, I'm gonna be paying for an apartment as well, because breaking my lease is still like the same thing as in just paying to see my lease out. So if I'm gonna pay you, I'd rather be here or utilize an apartment in some way. So at least it'll give me time to slowly move out versus having to rush it or take days off from work and stuff like that. But I know I'm probably all over the place with this. Whenever I make these videos, I never like gather my thoughts before I make them. I just decide, hey, I'm gonna make a YouTube video, and I just come here and just start talking. So yeah, as I was stating before. I'm just right now in a waiting process. The last thing that I had to do, which was also in my last video, was I had the inspection and stuff done. There was a few minor things that came back. But with this program, if there's any repairs or anything that needs to be done, it has to be done before they approve that loan or whatever. And yeah, so when those minor things came back, it was like 10 minor things or whatever. I was like, oh gosh. It was like a total of like, the cost to have it fixed would be between $1,000 to $3,000. And I was like, honey boo boo, Jasmine ain't trying to come out of pocket and pay for any of that. So of course we, send it to the seller. I was like, okay, what if this seller doesn't want to cover it or whatever, or pay to get it done prior to me closing? Because I can't close if they don't do it, because I ain't coming out my pocket with it. But thankfully, the seller agreed to take care of it. So I was like, okay, clear with that. Now, the thing that got me, like, on the edge is whatever, is I haven't really had we haven't did the appraisal yet. So that's the only issue. I think I've spoke about this in my last video. That appraisal comes back less than what the actual selling price is. Will the seller be willing to sell it to me for what it comes back as, If they do, oh my gosh, y'all, I'll be so happy. Because right now, what my estimated mortgage cost would be with the taxes and insurance included or whatever is like less than what I'm paying in rent right now. So that will be absolutely love right there. And if the actual price that I purchased the home for comes down, that would be awesome. Y'all don't understand. Like, I would be super duper excited. But yeah, I'm excited, but I'm kind of like, keeping it at a minimum right now. Yeah, I feel like I'm, trying to remain positive about the situation or whatnot, but I know how I am. Like, I don't want to get overly excited and then something, falls through and then I'll be all down and sad or whatever. And I pray that nothing, everything goes well, because I already invested money into this place and I ain't getting that back. So, yeah. But as of now, like I stated, everything's going well. I'm in step 7, and the last 2 steps is pretty much finalizing the loan and closing. And then, like, I'm done. And that would be within 7 months of, the NACA. Now, the next thing, once I close or whatever, I have to do, like, volunteer work or whatnot with the program. So, I think it's 5 times a year. I don't know, with this year, they're gonna expect me to like throw this 5 times in this year within the last 3 months of this year. Interesting, I guess. But yeah, so something's bothering me. Like, whatever. But yeah, so with the volunteering or whatever, one of the things my loan officer was telling me I could probably do is workshop, help out at the workshop or whatever. I can do that on one of my Saturdays off. I can do that, I guess. Ain't no guessing to it. I got to do it. That's part of the agreement. So yeah, like, when I sit back and I think about it, I'm like, girl, honey, boo-boo, child. I'm really about to be a homeowner before the age of 30. And I say that because that was part of my goals. Like, I wanted to be a homeowner before the age of 30. And to be able to accomplish that, like, man, it just gives me this warm feeling on the inside. It just goes to show, when you work towards something, you can make it happen. Now I need to set some other goals and stuff like that, and really put forth the work to actually accomplish them, and not be scared to step out there. Because I feel like a lot of stuff that I haven't done is really, to be honest, out of fear of failing. But you only fail if you never try. So yes. And yeah, so that's about it. Anybody that's going through the program or thinking about going through the program, I say really give it a shot. Yes, it'll be stressful at times with, then send this, send that, blah blah blah. But I guess that I think that probably really comes with the territory of buying a house or whatever. Maybe a little tad bit more paperwork, I'm assuming. I don't know. This is my first time buying one. So yeah, the advice that I would give is this. This can help with not having so much paperwork. I have 6 bank accounts. 6. Yes, I did say 6. 3 different banks, but 3 different accounts. Like, I had one where one bank I had a savings, 2 savings accounts and a checking account. Had another one I had, checking and savings, and then I had another one I just had a checking account. 6 accounts. Keep in mind, they want those statements for all of those accounts every single month. Yeah, paperwork, you think. So if you ain't like me with all them doggone accounts for what, we're not gonna get into that. Then that can help out. But if you're a very organized person, it won't be so hectic or whatever. I'm for the most part organized, but like I said, I just have an issue with stressing easily. So that was my problem. I'm trying to see what else. Yeah, but I don't really have any other issues with it. Like right now with the closing costs, like the seller did agree to give me money for my closing, which I use that money to do what they call a buy down on my interest. So right now with NACA, the market interest rate is 3.5%, and with the amount of money that I got from what I was getting from the seller or whatever, I was able to buy down my interest rate, where my interest rate would be 2.65. And if I wanted to come up with some more money to put towards it, I can buy down the interest even more, which, I mean, I guess over time that would be a good thing, because it's less money I pay altogether. But right now, if I can get into this house, I know I should be thinking long term versus short term. I know. But I really rather just not have to break the bank right now and, drain out my savings and checking account and stuff like that. Because I'm not gonna lie. The biggest advice I would give, even though the last like 2-3 years I've been thinking about buying a house, I wasn't really put into a position where I could actually save to buy a house. The job that I'm currently on, I've been there for 2 years, and this was the first job that I have finally had where I was actually able to put aside money or whatnot. Yeah, so excuse me, my savings wasn't where I wanted it to be at all, which is another reason why I went with this program, because I'm like, FHA loans or whatever, you still have to come up with 3 to 5% and whatnot. With this, it's kind of like the most I have to come up with is, like paying for the inspection and paying escrow fee or whatever, and then paying for the insurance up front and whatnot, and for the first year, something like that. But yeah, but for the most part, I don't have to come out of pocket like I would have going with FHA or any other type of loan and whatnot. So yes, So I say that to say save. With this program, the best thing you can do is save. If you can save up as much money as possible, because if you could buy down that interest, like, that will be awesome. Like, the lower the interest, of course, the less money you pay over time. So that would be love. So yeah, that would be my only recommendation, is save money and give yourself a reasonable time frame. Like I said, if you're looking to buy a house, you're looking to be in a house within 6 months, less than 6 months, me personally, I don't think it's the program for you, because I feel like I was a hell of a candidate for this program. Like I said, I didn't have any issues with anything besides my debt to income ratio, which for them, that's not seen as really a big issue. So therefore, the fact that it took me dang near 4 or 5 months to get qualified, that should tell you that, hey, yeah, probably not going to be in the house within 3 months of the program. And I'm not saying it's not possible. I don't know. Could be. But I'm just saying, I say give yourself a good 6 to 12 months. That's more so reasonable, or whatever, or whatnot. But yeah, so that's just my take, and I can't believe this is really about to be like almost close to a 20-minute video. But hopefully somebody who's going through the program is helpful to them, because like I said, when I initially heard about the program from my realtor, I went straight to YouTube. Well, I went to Google first, then I went to YouTube to see videos on it, and it wasn't that many. Yeah, so I feel like just to give my personal experience, it could possibly help somebody else or whatever. No, I'm not really going into full details of the program, because I feel like that would take forever, and you could just go to the website, because some people are like, oh, are you sure? I will tell people about NACA, like, oh, I never heard of it. Because when people never heard of something, they automatically assume that it's some funny stuff going on. It's like, nah, B, it's real. It's real. It's no funny business. This is coming from Jasmine. I'm telling you, it's no funny business, B. So I feel like that's where I help at, let you know that this is legit. You can go to the website, NACA is NACA. Yeah, so go for it or whatever. Trying to make sure before I wrap this on up. Is there anything else? Nah, I don't think so. Well, as always, peace, love, and blessings. And of course, I will keep you guys updated. And whenever I close on this house, you know, I'm gonna do an empty house tour. Anyways, once again, peace, love, and blessings. Mwah.